Hi everyone, I am Bailey from My Math Experts, and today I'm going to show you how to factor this expression, 6x squared minus 13x minus 5. So today we're going to be using something called the AC method. It's called that because of its very first step. So this expression is in standard form. Standard form for a quadratic expression looks like this, ax squared plus bx plus c. And so this is called the AC method because the first thing we're going to do is multiply a and c together. A is the coefficient of the squared term, so that's 6 for us here. C is the constant at the end, which is this negative 5. So we're going to multiply a and c. So that's going to get us 6 times negative 5, which is going to get us negative 30. And we are going to look for two numbers, and our goal is going to be to multiply to this number. So two numbers that multiply to negative 30 and add to this b term. So multiply to AC and add to negative 13, which is our b term. So let's think about some numbers that multiply to negative 30. We could have negative 30 and 1, but those don't add to negative 13. What about negative 15 and positive 2? So negative 15 times 2 is negative 30. Negative 15 plus 2 is negative 13. Great. Those are our two numbers. So here's where it gets a little tricky, because a lot of people do this. A lot of people say, okay, so then my factors are x minus 15 and x plus 2. However, that is not correct. And the reason that's not correct is because of this nasty 6 in front of this x squared. Because if we think about it, if you distribute all this stuff back out, what you're going to get is x squared plus 2x minus 15x minus 30, which is going to be x squared minus 13x minus 30, which is not what we have. The important thing to note here is that we don't have the 6 in front of the x squared. So we're going to have to do something a little bit different. What we are going to do is we are going to split this negative 13x into negative 15x and 2x. And we can do that because that was one of the criterion that we used to come up with these numbers in the first place, right? We came up with these numbers because they added to negative 13. So what we're going to do is just keep this first term the same. There's a negative 15x plus 2x minus 5. And then from here, we're going to do something called factoring by grouping. So we're going to group these first two terms together, and we're going to group these second two terms together, and we're going to see if we can factor anything out of the first two terms and see if we can factor anything separately out of the second two terms. So let's see. I see that both of these terms, 6 and 15, are divisible by 3. And I see that x squared and x both have an x in them. So we're going to factor 3x out. And when you factor something out, it's the same as dividing. So we're going to think about what's left over when we divide 6x squared by 3x. 6 divided by 3 is 2. X squared divided by x is x. And then similarly, what's going to be left over when you divide negative 15x by 3x? Negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. X divided by x is 1. And then the second grouping is a little trickier because you're trying to think, okay, what can I factor out of 2x and negative 5? They don't have any factors in common, that you have to factor something out. If you have to factor something out, but they don't have anything factorable that you can factor out, you're factoring out 1. Everything, you can always factor 1 out. That just means what's going to be on the inside here is exactly the same. 2x divided by 1 is 2x. Negative 5 divided by 1 is negative 5. And then you'll notice that both of these inside our parentheses here are exactly the same. That's great. That's what we want, because what we can do is actually undistribute 2x minus 5 from both of these terms, 3x and positive 1. And then what's left over is 3x plus 1, which now this is fully factored, and you can check your work by redistributing everything like I showed earlier. So that is how you factor this expression. Thanks. Hope that helped.